Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at platinum group metals. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now, in the case of this chart, I am not really looking for anything too bullish. Overall, we have a quite aggressive downtrend that could realistically very likely still be ongoing. Now, the internal structure in this overall downtrend suggests that we probably are developing a larger third wave to the downside, where in this movement I could see even a double 1-2-1-2 setup here. Could be just one, doesn't matter. And then possibly another 1-2 here, then this a 1, this a 2, a third wave down, a fourth wave up here. Now this would be a possible scenario where this could be even complete, and then a fifth wave that could very well still be ongoing, in the interpretation that this would be a wave 1, we would be looking for a correction in a wave 2, and then you get a third, fourth, and a fifth, and then we have this fifth wave complete. So realistically, there is quite high pressure still down based on the structure that we have here on the chart. I'm not excluding the idea that this could develop as a larger ABC structure in a correction. I find that personally a bit less likely than this being a fifth wave to the downside, but there is also the chance that maybe, just maybe, this fifth wave to the downside actually could be complete in a truncation, and in that case we wouldn't really get a lower low within the fifth wave. But to be honest, I find that also a lot less likely than already being in a 1-2 setup that is developing in this area, where we would be looking for a third wave to the downside afterwards. Now, for this interpretation, and we will continue to track this and only bearish interpretations really on this chart until we get a larger 5-wave move structure that could allow us to look for a wave 2 setup that could then allow us to look for a third wave, where the probabilities wouldn't necessarily be too great, but at least we would have a good entry point where we would be quite close to the invalidation point, the lower probabilities point, and we wouldn't need to risk as much for an entry in that area. And for now, we will use the resistance here for a wave 2, and let's make this green. And in this case, it would be between the $1.95 all the way up to the $4.2 level at the 78.6% retracement. And as long as we stay below that level, I am still looking for a third wave to the downside to develop within this overall wave 5. Now, I'm not going to label too much else within the green scenario, only add really here an ABC setup that, or ABC movement, not even a setup, that we would be tracking in this case. And technically we would have already reached the ideal target for wave C, but so far we do not have enough waves to consider this wave C complete, where in a wave C I am expecting a 5-wave structure, and so far this is a 3-wave at best, and not even those complete. So I could still be looking in this case for maybe a white interpretation, where we could develop a larger 5-wave move to the upside, and for that I would need this movement to reach the 138.2% extension to provide some clarity to back up the actual structure, or the lack of such structure, to shift the probabilities a little bit towards the white scenario, because we clearly didn't hold the 78.6% retracement. We clearly have an ABC structure in this area, so nothing really is working out for the bullish interpretation, only the fact that we also have so far only an ABC structure in development in this area, where I am looking in the white scenario for a leading diagonal to form. Now this would be a 5-wave structure, but all of the subwaves of this leading diagonal would be in 3 waves, and in this case I would expect this third wave to also be in 3 waves, but still I would expect it to reach the 138.2% extension for it to really have a decent chance of holding, or to look forward for for it to hold support in a wave 4 correction. And if we fail to push higher from this area and reach that level, I would much rather look for a B wave to the downside, or for this correction to actually be complete in the wave 2 in green. So nothing very reliable, and yeah, in that case it would be quite a deep retracement and quite a lot of weakness in this chart overall. And for it to really prove that it has more to offer, I just needed to build this 5-wave structure. Now, for this third wave to still work out, we need to draw here an ABC structure that would still be in development, and within this wave C, I need a 5-wave move in the white scenario that this could develop in a number of different ways. I would be fine with it developing as an ending diagonal. That would really be no issue. The only request I have for, or not even a request, the only demand I have in place for this white scenario to work out and not the green one is that after we have a clear 5-wave structure here, we do not find support in a wave 4 and build this movement to the upside, that we do not build this in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if this happens, this would have been just a wave C. It would not work out as a third wave to the upside, even if it manages to push higher than the 138.2% extension, because in the third wave to the upside, I need the structure to be an ABC pattern. Now, we won't focus on that too much at the moment, because so far we haven't even completed the internal wave C in this area. And yeah, after that, I am looking for a deeper retracement within a wave 4. But so far, looking at the internal structure here, to be honest, it is a bit difficult to tell much of it. I would like to probably track a diagonal interpretation here, where in this case, I could say, okay, this would be a wave 1. Let me get closer, but on the 4-hourly. This could be a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, then this could have been a third wave complete, and we could go on for a fourth wave down, and then yeah, the fifth wave. So technically, I could allow this third wave to be complete and still work within this ending diagonal in the wave C, but I would need the support here for such a wave 4 to hold at least the 61.8% retracement for the fourth wave to still work out. And if we don't manage to form a 5-wave structure in this area, that would also be a warning sign that yeah, this will probably not work out, and we may fall directly lower in the third wave in green to the downside to new all-time lows. And what else I can offer you in this area is maybe support for a more direct continuation to the upside, but honestly, we already reached the support zone, the larger support zone that we have between the $2.6 all the way down to the $2 level. So technically, we could be ready to form the fifth wave to the upside. We do have so far a 3-wave structure. Now, I suppose within this movement to the downside, we could still see a little lower prices, but I wouldn't look too much into the internal structure, and instead I would focus on the larger picture and on this support zone, where if it fails to hold, I would be looking for a third wave to the downside in green in most cases. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.